It's the Rundown, July 8th, back live at Barstool HQ. It's presented by Owens Mixers. Right now, they've collaborated with Barstool, Foreplay, and Crying Rigs.
It means the world to me. It's because of you guys, so.
Thanks for everything you did, my man.
To come up with the perfect transfusion mix, a little bit of grape soda, a little bit of ginger ale, you mix it with some New Amsterdam vodka, and it's a nice, refreshing summertime drink, perfect for the golf course, perfect for when you're kicking back and having a couple cocktails or when you're at work. It's made in the USA with real juice to create an instantly delicious cocktail with the perfect amount of carbonation, the perfect amount of sweetness, and just the right amount of bite. It's available online or at the Owens site or on the Barstool store. So you can catch it in stores as well. It's perfect little cans. You can bring them on the golf course with you, bring them to the beach, bring them to your party, wherever you are, and enjoy yourself a nice Barstool Owens transfusion. Big Cat out, Portnoy MIA.
I'm up 40 grand on the day without even trying.
We got Ronan.
KFC voice out.
Yeah,
too.
I got
your
nothing.
shit sounds good.
I got nothing, bro. I was yelling the other day, and it's just gone. And everyone thinks you're sick, you know what I mean? I feel totally fine, but people hear me and they're like, whoa.
I honestly, that hadn't crossed my mind. Now it's going to be the only thing I think.
Yeah, big time crossed my mind. You sure you're not sick, dude?
I swear, I feel totally. I don't know. Nobody knows.
Motherfucker.
Happy to be on the Rundown.
Put your masks up. Mask on. We'll start with the NBA
I
bubble.
can't believe that hadn't crossed my mind.
The bubble is my favorite little fucking running thing in sports right now. Off to a horrendous start when we got a picture of the dinner for the first night, which is getting comparisons to Firefest. It's getting comparisons to Airline Food. Now, to take the air out of the sails on this one, it's only for the first 48 hours. For whatever reason, when you're quarantined, while you're getting tested, apparently they gave you shitty food. And then when you move on to where you're going to be permanently, you can get more quality food. But from a PR point of view, why even fucking let this happen? Because
Even if you're Disney while it's happening, just
Yeah.
cook for them. Like, you're Disney. It makes your food look terrible.
who else is eating that food at Disney? Like, it's airline food. What is that?
It is. I mean, you buy that at Hudson News when you're like, you don't have time to stop for a beer and a bar food.
And not
You just
even.
grab that
I feel.
Hudson
I mean,
News.
it had like the roll was in a bag and the
But
fucking.
something was left out though. There was there was like the proteins weren't there. Like there
There was another picture with chicken. Yeah.
Who tweeted that?
Troy Daniels was the
Troy
real
Daniels.
bad
So
one.
I feel like he was
Didn't
kind
bring
of trying to be like, look how fucking shitty this is.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just like kind of an air of malcontent among NBA players who are just like, we do not want to be eating this fucking
among
airline.
all athletes. I don't like none of them want to be there at all.
No.
Who does want to? Just LeBron?
It's Taco Tuesday!
And it's
I
just
know,
like
LeBron
kind of
wants to win a ring,
everybody's
and that's
falling
it.
in
Everybody-
line behind LeBron.
It's so true.
But honestly,
But,
like
like, yo-
Embiid was talking about, at first he thought it was a terrible fucking idea. The whole of the Nets organization isn't going. It's got to just be LeBron, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, if LeBron says
It was
he wants something,
like they
then
had
he's
like
doing
a
it.
meeting though. It was like LeBron, Steph, Chris Paul, and I think they all just see further down the line. Where I think it was something along the lines like if they don't play this, and the CBA gets fucked, and then the salaries don't go up.
I'm sure that's all true,
whatever
but I'm
it is.
also thinking LeBron's like, I'm 40 fucking years old and I got like a few years left, and this is one of my windows. Like, I gotta win one when I'm in LA. Like, let's
Think of who
fucking
the
go get
vocal
one.
superstars are, like in the NBA. Like, who is he? Who would argue against him? The biggest superstar that's left is like Kawhi Leonard. He's not gonna
Yeah,
fucking
he can
say
say
anything.
shit.
Like
Yeah.
Steph's already out of it.
Yep.
KD's hurt. Like, he's obviously gonna get his way.
Yep, and I also, if you think that LeBron James is eating that shit tomorrow when he reports, you got another thing coming. I don't know if he's gonna have fucking gourmet food in his backpack, or if they're gonna have some back door to the bubble for his personal chef. The king is not eating the fucking field
I mean,
greens.
no one
and-
should eat that.
No.
It actually is. I didn't know the 48-hour thing, and that's perfect because this would be funny for 48 hours, and then after that, like, I'm leaving. If
Yeah.
that was what I had to eat every time.
That's why it's just not feasible. So
But-
but I also don't know why that's even a thing then. Why even let it happen for 48 hours? Because it's such a shit show now.
But you can't get room service. Like, what's the difference between someone bringing you room service and leaving it outside of the door
Yeah.
as someone bringing you a tray,
Tray
of
of
like,
shit.
fucking
Like,
if you're
If you're gonna have
salad-
someone bringing a tray, don't put garbage on it.
If you're gonna bring me a salad, make my fucking salad.
Yeah.
If I have to
Toss
eat
toss the ingredients.
dude,
Toss my
I hate
salads.
when they even fucking don't even put the dressing in it for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to mix that for me. You fucking do it with the silver bowl. That is the best way to eat a salad.
Exactly.
The shit.
You're bringing, yeah, I don't know how they do it. It's
I know, it's
magical
so good.
stuff.
That's why I don't even like salad bars. I don't like to go through a salad bar because I'm not trying to be there with the fucking thing, shaking my own.
And then
like,
it's not,
trying to,
close it all the way. It kind of it leaks out.
and I
It's all
don't know the
fucking
right amount. Let a
catastrophe.
professional
Yeah.
make your salad. You
Yeah,
don't
man.
want to make your own
I'm
salad.
with you. I saw that go viral on Twitter the other day.
You ever do that? You have like the little plastic knife and you're trying to cut leaves and you're trying to cut the
Doesn't work.
cherry tomatoes in half.
Oh,
and you're
it
like,
squirts.
Like this is fucking a disaster.
Catastrophe. And that's for people like us. Imagine a guy like LeBron who's been like, spoon-fed everything since he was since he was 15, since he was 10. Now all of a sudden it's like, here, eat this garbage. Your body's been in peak physical performance for fucking 18 years, and you're gonna serve him Spirit Airlines food? Fuck out of here. Keeping with the NBA, Steven Jackson, just arguing with some little Jewish kid on Instagram.
Just said that Jews are the richest. You know who the Rothschilds are?
That's a specific example, I do. But in terms of
they control all the banks. They own all the banks.
It's crazy that he's even doing it. I don't even know who that guy is that he was arguing with.
But that's not the Jews. That's a certain group of people.
It was a stranger. Like, I was
just a
looking for
friend.
quotes for like someone to be like, Steven Jackson is right now talking to blank. Even the people quoting it were like Steven Jackson and the person he's talking to.
And he's going off about the Rothschilds and how the Jews own the banks and conspiracy theories about how they run the world and the money. Like some crazy charged
And
comments.
he looks way dumber than Deshaun Jackson right now. Like, Deshaun Jackson, you could say it's a mistake, but he is watching all this blowback happen, and he's doubling down on it like a fucking idiot.
Well, also,
and
though,
they're not like new anti-Semitic ideas. They're ones that have been around and
they're
broken forever.
very stereotypical.
Right.
Like, they're like lazy, you know what I mean? But Steven Jackson's not in the league anymore. Like, Steven Jackson has a podcast. Steven Jackson's in the media. This is good. This is publicity for Steven Jackson.
I don't think so.
No, I mean,
think especially over like since he like took such a strong stance with the George Floyd thing, I thought his rocket ship was going up, and I think
coming back down.
You're back down now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this just looks stupid as fuck. Like, there's just no way that you can really rationalize it at the end of the day. Like, it starts off with, like, Hitler said. It's, like, right there. Like, you kind of have to check out. Or, like, if you don't understand that, you have to, like, sit back and fucking educate yourself that, like, under no circumstances should you be, like, siding with Hitler.
So I just read a statement that the Philadelphia Eagles posted regarding Deshaun Jackson comments. He was trying to educate himself, educate people, and he's speaking the truth. Right? He's speaking the truth.
Yeah, and like even if you agreed with like some other part of an argument, when the introduction of the argument is Hitler said, saying anything that's going to tie you to that. Like he said in the Instagram Live, he's like, fuck Hitler. But like can't do it. You can't be a but
You
when you
can't say
fuck
Hitler a million times.
But
as long as you keep saying the other stuff, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
But if you're going to do this Instagram Live, why not do it with like an expert from the Jewish community?
Huge day here on the Jew crew for New York. They got a flag. Look at these Jews.
Or something so you can actually. And like this kid seemed like he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was like, nah, they don't. He was like, the Rothschilds own banks. They don't own all the banks. Yes, they're wealthy, but they don't own all money. They're not. You know, I think he did as good of a job as you can do when someone's just going to be like crazy ignorant about it.
But just yelling at a stranger on the internet It was such a weird visual. Just had this kid was just walking around his house.
Yeah.
Just being like, nah, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Like this kid.
Yeah,
that kid's going to get a job.
I like the kid, for sure. I just think
Yeah.
it's crazy for Steven Jackson to just be screaming at, and he was yelling at me. He was talking over him. He's like, what have I said wrong? What have I said wrong?
No. There you go again.
It's like, well, you said the Rothschilds owned all banks. Like
factually incorrect.
Like every
It's
single
just
step of the
bigoted.
way,
It's just
you were
like-
just wrong.
It's bigoted by
And the
him.
kid kept trying to be like,
And then the the end argument for Steven Jackson was that he all lives matter.
Right, they got into he wouldn't like Steven Jackson was doing like an all lives matter thing where the kid was like, can you tell me that you don't think Jewish people are out to destroy the black community? He's like, I don't have to say that. I love everybody.
But see, now you're dancing around the point. Just say that the Jews aren't trying to divide the black community.
But why you want? What I'm saying? What do I gain from saying what you want me to say?
And it's like this
Now you're
is the
sounding
same
hypocritical.
thing. Like it's just it's crazy if you're supporting one community, you have to, or one oppressed community, you have to support all of them.
Right.
Or else you kind of lose your argument. You have to support all
Or
of
he
them.
has to be able to listen to like everybody being really pissed off. Like almost in Deshaun Jackson's case, you can kind of like plead ignorance. I don't think that he's racist the same way I don't think Dave is racist. You know what I mean? He said something fucking stupid and is now dealing with the repercussions. But with Steven Jackson, it's like you're not listening to anybody saying that these are offensive things. Like there's tons of people who are like, this is really offensive. Like just hear us out. He's like, no, it's not.
And you can't have that both ways, man. You can't be at the forefront of the cause and then not hear anybody else out. And you have to. Everyone's got to be fair. Where if a anthem protest or comments from other athletes is going to be a big deal, when Steven Jackson goes in basically on the Jewish community, it's got to be a big deal, and it doesn't really feel like it is one.
It was on First Take this morning.
Yeah.
It's
making waves.
I just remember by the time this comes out, I'm trying to cover our ground. By the time this comes out, it probably will be.
Right.
Right now, it feels kind of like it's like Steven Jackson's being weird rather than like.
I do think that Steven Jackson is on that fringe of like, yes, he's out there. He says some shit.
Bro, I've never said Jews hate me.
Do you think he's just trying to cook up a hot take for a podcast? Is there any element of that?
I don't think that he's fabricating it. It sounds like he really believes some of these things. I'm saying that like Deshaun Jackson had to like issue an apology because he's like still in the league, and there's going to be people who are like, here's what you're going to do now, bro.
But
no one tells Steven Jackson what to do.
He does like TNT and ESPN stuff.
Yeah, and maybe that's what he ends running the risk of losing that. But I just think it's different for like a guy in the media than it is for an athlete who's still active.
Deshaun Jackson's owner and GM
are Jewish, right? Like you better fall in line because we cut your paycheck. Kanye. Doing Kanye things.
This was so disappointing.
I'm running for the birthday party because when I win, it's a party for everybody is super lame.
It's all so boring crazy. Like Kanye used to be fun crazy, where he was like one of my favorite stories of all time is when Kanye came downstairs at his wedding and saw the bar, and it was one big white bar, and he was already dressed in his tuxedo, and he got a handsaw. And he cut it in half, and then he changed how it was like folded a bit, and he got 2 2x4s, and he nailed it together. And then as he walked away, he said, if anyone has something to say, have you done anything as culturally important as Yeezus this year? What
the fuck?
That is genuinely insane. And
where's that story from?
I forget. I read it like it came out like right after the wedding. It's fucking hilarious. Like that's fun crazy.
Yeah.
This is like
this is
he's transparent. It's transparent.
It's like a Midwestern.
Crazy.
He's a Midwestern mom on Facebook, where it's like. He says vaccines are the mark of the beast,
devil. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
He says like the abortion is white supremacy or something like that, and it's all just like, it's just boring crazy. It's shit I've heard this before. I've never heard of someone cutting a bar in half on their wedding day
and claiming their album is the most culturally relevant thing ever.
The most culturally important thing like ever done or something like that.
Yeah, that was like the arrogance of Kanye that like got him where he is. But
this isn't interesting.
It's like you're trying to take. He's probably trying to take it to that next level. But if that's not, where do you stand on Kanye? In general, like.
I mean, I enjoy Kanye's music, but it's like it's his publicity stuff that this is obviously he put out new music and he's trying to sell his new music by he's saying what is the most culturally relevant thing that I could do right now,
politics.
Like throw my name into the presidential race.
Even that was like with Trump last year, he's not even an original on that aspect of it. Like someone's already done that in one dude. You like find something bigger if you're gonna be Kanye about that.
But he's not even gonna. He's not really gonna run. He's not really gonna win. Like we're almost idiots for just like being like, yeah, like Kanye, we will talk about like your fucking your bullshit.
He said like I don't care if I take away votes and Trump wins. Like it's because he knows he's not doing any of this shit.
Right. I think he said that saying like the Democratic vote is typically a black vote.
That's white supremacy too. Yeah.
That he wants to turn Washington D.C. into Wakanda. It's all just like that's like.
Kanye lost me when he was like I'm Walt Disney and I'm Steve Jobs, and I know he's like a big pillar of like fashion and music and culture, but. I mean, the guy just thinks he knows more than he does. Because he's out of his depth now. He's talking about diseases and society and campaigns and shit that's just like, I don't think you know what you're talking about there.
He was asked like what his platform will be or something like that, and he was like, I didn't have a platform when I went to Nike. I didn't have a platform when I went to Adidas. I didn't have a platform when I went to... I just figured it out on the way.
Kanye is like Dave.
I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation.
I control the fucking weather.
Where it's like, Dave just always follows his gut, because guess what? His gut got him to $100 million.
What year is this?
You can't fault him when he's like, I'm just going to do what I think I should do.
Fart gun.
So,
but unlike Dave, he took that loan, though. He took that PPP
That's right.
loan.
Not good guy Dave, though. You ain't gonna catch Dave taking any handouts. No, sir.
Yeah.
Dave will cut that check himself. Thanks, Dave.
Listen up. Come to the center of the room, please. This is a Schrute buck. When you have done something good, you will receive 1 Schrute buck.
Is Kanye worth $1 billion? I feel like I saw people saying that. Like
He went
he's like
from
a 1.5
in debt last
billion.
year to like a billionaire overnight. So I don't know
or is it like
what
a
that
legitimate
means.
billion, or is it like his brand is worth $1 billion,
right.
like in his
equity
own mind?
or whatever? Yeah.
I don't know.
mean,
Have you seen that place he's building in Wyoming? It's fucking insane.
Bro,
did you see
in
that
Wyoming,
horse?
it probably cost like
Talk about that.
160 grand.
You ever see that horse that Kim tweeted?
Yeah.
In the middle of it? That horse was I'm not a horse guy. That horse was fucking beautiful.
Beautiful horse.
That's
Great
a
hair.
great
Great head of hair on that
Long
horse,
ass
man.
hair.
What
Yeah,
was it? What kind of
beautiful.
horse was it? It was like
I don't know. I'm
it
not
began
sure.
with an F and then it was ended like a
Ferenzi or something?
Parisian or something like that.
Parisian, yeah.
That
You
was
guys know the name of the horse?
It was a fucking nice ass horse, man. I'm gonna like to get one of those one day, maybe.
People were also crushing her.
That's like I got money to burn.
I put that in my
Yeah.
Amazon cart, like maybe one day we'll get there.
But it was like people were on her ass being like my dad had to work every day of his life, and you like own horses. It's like, since when did that stop being the American dream, that you could get really rich one day and like buy your
trick
kids
your
like
money.
a pony or some
Yeah.
shit like that? Like, wait, are we shitting on people for fucking getting super rich now?
People were like, it's a pandemic. Like, Kim's rich or not. Like,
Yeah,
when the
like,
pandemic
is she
or
gonna
not,
sell her horses so you can
she's
eat?
gonna go
Is
like
it making
live in a
your
fucking
pandemic
one-bedroom
worse
apartment?
because Kim Kardashian tweeted a picture of her horse?
You
You're
know-
like, oh, how can I take this anymore?
People are doing that with the NBA shit too. Like, there's a lot of people who work jobs where they don't get served good food. It's like, not NBA players,
NBA.
man. Not multimillionaires.
Speaking
10 times
of,
over.
how nervous are the NHL players right now? Seeing that
Got a
shit.
great tweet yesterday.
Being like, oh, what the fuck is gonna be waiting for me in Edmonton?
If this global fucking superstar entity can't get me anything higher than prison food, I mean, they're gonna
Western
be.
Canadian.
I make these guys make $40 million a year. I make $2 million
And I'm
a
like,
year.
I'm one of the high-paid guys.
And I'm going to Edmonton.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be just some fucking Canadian guy.
But it could be some cool Canadian shit though. It could be like
eating
Canada
a
might be
moose or
looking out
something?
for everybody.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they
but
might
you
bring
gotta
you
take
weed
care
or
of
something.
yourself. We'll be like,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
a moose out back, eh? And like, you gotta go fucking kill him.
Here's a shotgun.
All right, that's it for the show. We got anything for the after show?
We'll do cruise.
Oh yeah, forgot about Tom Cruise. Thandie Newton, who was in Mission Impossible 2 with Tom Cruise, and she is Dolores. No, not
No,
Dolores.
she's Maeve in Westworld.
Maeve from Westworld.
I fucking love her, by the
She's
way.
a
Did you see
bag.
that Jeff Logan? No. She fucking, like, she just says anything, and she's like, yeah, season 1 was good, season 2 and 3, like, were pretty disappointing. I'm like, yeah,
Tell it like
that's
it is, girl.
Awesome for the star of the show to be, yeah, they kind of sucked.
Yeah, well, that's
whatever.
great for your credibility because, like, I'll watch the next thing you do now because, I know you believe in it or whatever. She also was openly talking about how fucking crazy Tom Cruise is on Mission Impossible 2, like, how much of a fucking lunatic Scientology maniac he is, which I think was right around when he, like, went full Scientology.
Yeah,
Like,
he was still married to Nicole Kidman at the
Right,
time.
he tried to get out, and they were like, no, and then he signed his billion-year contract, which is my favorite thing ever. He's got a $1 billion-year deal with Scientology. It's such a flex.
He believes that shit, man.
Yeah.
Imagine if, like, because you're signing that, and you're like, what fucking other suckers were taking 10-year deals.
Shut up, Billy.
I'm set for life now, dude.
I love that they make new members watch his movies, like as if watching fucking Days of Thunder is gonna like change your outlook on the world or something.
Like it's
I
the
don't
Ten Commandments or something
Yeah,
like that.
like,
Like people are gonna
I could-
get a religious.
I could maybe
context?
understand like Eyes Wide Shut or some shit, like some of this weird stuff, but a lot of his movies, like Top Gun, ain't fucking changing your perspective on the goddamn world, you know?
But she had one line in it where she was describing. She actually was very complimentary of him. She's like, he's just such an incredibly intense person
Yeah.
that like he has to try really hard to be nice, and he does try really hard. But like you can tell it's not the thing that comes first for him. But she said they were arguing about the fight scene with the lovers quarrel in Mission Impossible 2. And they couldn't get it right. And I guess John Woo had pretended he didn't speak English the entire movie. The director of the movie just the whole time pretended.
Like, no, you assumed I didn't speak English.
She's
What
like,
a
he wouldn't.
shit show. You got a Scientology lunatic, a woman who just tells it like it is, and a guy pretending not to speak English.
She's like the whole time. She's like Woo had decided he doesn't speak English this movie, or so, I forget what
Pulling
the
a
exact
Sammy
quote
Sosa.
was.
That's unreal.
And so she's like, so we're arguing with like I don't know the assistant directors and stuff like that, and Tom Cruise. She's like, I watched him over hours get so angry that a zit and his metabolism is so powerful that a zit started, white-headed, and went away during the scene, and.
What the fuck?
That's Scientology, bro.
What the
That's
fuck
that
are we
Hollywood
talking about?
magic, man.
That's true. That might be
Like, I'm starting to believe in Scientology if you can get a pimple and get rid of it in 2 hours.
It's like she's like it takes usually days for some. I honestly wouldn't even know how long it takes for a
Not 2
pimple.
hours.
Not 2 hours,
Yeah.
but like I probably would have said 2 days. Would have been
And
my
he
guess.
didn't pop it. It just like receded.
I guess that's what she said.
L. Ron Hubbard came and was like,
dissipated.
nah,
She's, I mean, It's the worst superpower in history, or is it the best?
No, that's the best.
You think the best?
Because well, I don't know. I guess if you had like bad skin, I think it's better to
if you
have
had bad skin,
pedestrian
it looked like your
things.
face was moving at all times.
Oh, that would be gross.
Because things are growing and going.
It's like a time lapse, just like coming out and like
That's
popping
disgusting.
back in.
No, I'm just gonna go with flight. That's my superpower. I don't need the pimple one. Fuck that. I'll fly around with pimples and give a shit.
But she also did say she had a little black book of Hollywood that will be in her will to publish on her deathbed because she doesn't want to deal with the fallout. She just wants to fucking drop a nuke and go, which is a legendary.
That
move.
is, I mean, yeah, I said this about like, and I saw you tweeting about Ghislaine Maxwell. Like, it's always been this way, but especially now, knowledge is like power. It's like a fucking weapon. You can blackmail and shit. So like, I mean, Hollywood is fucked.
I think I'd be too scared to blackmail.
Yeah, you'd suck at it. You'd be like, never mind.
That's what she's doing though. She's probably scared to blackmail too, and she's just like, I'll just do it when I die.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
just, like,
right.
do it
I
as
don't want to deal with
final
fucking
act.
Scientology coming to kill me, but when I'm about to die, Tom Cruise is getting fucking put on blast.
But then how do you know the information gets out there? Like I feel it's
Yeah, because you know what? So if your dying wish was to do this, and I have to do it, as soon as you're dead, I'd be like, I'm not fucking doing this. I'm not putting my neck on. I'm throwing that in the garbage.
I have to fucking answer for it now.
Absolutely. It's got to be like you set up a website that goes live, like, I don't know. Otherwise, if someone else has to do it, they're going to be like, snip, 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 see you later. I'm not fucking doing it. It's a
Yeah,
whole
when does
production.
Scientology? I mean, like they.
Billion
I feel
years
like
from now.
But they already like got in trouble for their shit, so they're not in this wave of canceling. But they were
That's such a
like
good point.
OGs at like sacrificing 13-year-olds and shit. Like they were fucking.
Scientology's like, we did our time, bro.
But they're like they're coming out of this completely unscathed.
You know why? Because nobody wants to fuck with them. It's like the same thing as
They
like
are
Epstein and them.
lunatics.
Yeah, like if you told me like here's the evidence, blow the whistle on Scientology, I'd be like, no sir, not me. I'm not fucking with Tom Cruise. He can't even have pimples.
Nah, I might go with it. If you give me, I'll say it right now. If someone gives me the evidence to take down Scientology, I will do something with it.
What a hero.
Let's go.
I'm the guy.
Well done.
Yeah. I'm gonna look for it. Someone mails it to me here, not at my apartment. I will.
Attention, John Feidelberg. So
I'll
a
at
fucking
least-
video
I'll
of
tweet
Tom
a
Cruise
few-
like slitting somebody's throat.
Like how much information do you think it is? Because I don't want.
It's
to do
terrible.
A lot.
You gotta give
It's
me
definitely
one thing.
terrible. There's no way any organization is that secretive if their shit is not that bad.
Oh no! I mean, I know it's awful. I mean, like how much work do my guy have to do?
Oh, just like
Like,
Xerox a couple
yeah.
things.
Well, I'll go to the guy at Kinko's.
Yeah, just bring it over to fucking.
John would go to Kinko's and then be like, how about you do this, dude? You expose Scientology. I'll see you later. All right, that's it for us. We'll be back tomorrow.